Well, welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Compassionate Citizen. Um, that was inspired by a guy named Norlyn Dimmitt out of Chicago, and um, the keyword for the keyword for this is compassion. And all right. All right, guys, welcome back to another episode of the Compassionate Citizen. Keyword being compassion. I am Emily, one of the co-hosts of this, along with Kurt Roskoff. And so the Compassionate Citizen Project, and this podcast was inspired by a guy named Norlyn Dimmitt out of Chicago. And the project was born out of faith communities with a common goal to bring compassion more into political practice. And sort of a podcast, look at how compassion is cultivated, faith communities, service life, lifelong learning, politics, work, and pleasure. And just wanted to say that we are having are holding a fundraiser next Tuesday to help combat military suicide. It's called 222 to Save 22. 22 being the number of veterans that were dying a day by suicide. But 22 is now an old statistic. It has now gone up to the mid 30s. They're going to go in the wrong direction. And this is to help get it to going down instead of up. And gonna start at 9 a.m. Central Time and go until 9 p.m. Central. And we are going to have quite a few activities going on during the day, like with a job fair and a smash party and a Joan Rail drop and the showing of the documentary Project 22, as well as having a dinner and concert. One of our collaborators is doing a 22-hour podcast. Oh, Kurt's here. Hi, Kurt.
Hi, Emily.
Are you going to be coming on camera? So I started talking about a little bit about next Tuesday. So do you have anything you'd like to say about next Tuesday or any other things you'd like to discuss today at all?
It's going to be great.
Kurt, I was asking you.
Yeah.
Um, um, so I am, and then um, along with the 22-hour podcast, we were able to get one of the Happy Neighborhood projects to agree to let's have a special event, veteran devotion, at 2 o'clock Central next Tuesday on the H&P. I can't talk. H&P Zoom, and Edwin is going to be saying something at the beginning. So, Garrett, what do you have to say? Anything you want to add to what I've been saying?
Let's say you're saying wonderful stuff.
All right, but I would like to get your input, though, dude.
Well, that is input. You're doing wonderful. It's going to be fun. It's going to be good and rewarding. So well done.
Well, I want your more, I don't know what, your thoughts on the whole thing in general, not just about the event itself.
The event itself has, I mean, when you say the event, you mean the H&P supporting veterans?
That and the Zach's 22-hour thing, or the thing at the Kalahari, kind of the whole thing.
Sounds like a trifecta to me. Sounds like a win-win-win.
So no thoughts whatsoever.
No thoughts. Those are thoughts, right?
Not exactly what I was. I mean, yes, all good things, but not exactly what I was totally looking for. But whatever. Um, um, so it is going to be a in-person and online event. The online event being through WOVA or WOVA, WHOVA, however that's pronounced. Um, and the in-person part is going to be held at the Kalahari in Wisconsin Dells, Wisconsin. And we're looking to have this be a yearly event on February 22nd. Um, and going back to Zach's 22-hour podcast, we do have some spots that have been taken, but there are still some that are open. So if there's anybody who is either interested in coming on and doing a podcast or coming on and saying something, or wanting to attend either the veteran devotion event or the event that's at the Kalahari, to please reach out to me and Kurt Raska for fun then. Were you gonna say something, Kurt? For a second. Thought for a second you were gonna say something.
You were hoping, eh?
Well, it just sort of looked like it for a second there. I wasn't sure. Um, so, let me do this. Okay, so, anybody who is interested in being a part of anything we are doing that day, can get a hold of me or Kurt, at Kurt's info or my info. And we'd be happy to help. Whatever. Right, Kurt?
I don't know. You went like that. Does that just mean I'm number one?
No, I was pointing to your contact info, dude.
My contact info's right here.
Yeah, but for me, it's above me, dude, on my screen right now.
Now, well, your stuff for me is over here. You're over here.
Yeah, you're on top of me right now, so that's why.
Hey,
With
you're over,
the way I
you're
have
over
my
here to
screen.
me.
Yeah. Um. So Good. Will you please say your any comments about next week, please?
It's going to be great.
Um, Kurt and I also do a number of um, other podcasts besides this one. We would love everybody to join us on any one or all of them as your schedule allows. Um, we have others like Prosperity Pathways, World of Women, Onward and Upward, The World of Ability, um, the mission continues, among others. So again, if interested, to please follow up with me and or Kurt about that. We are kind of looking for people not to only be guests on any one or all of the podcasts, but also being in kind of a position of like co-moderator to help with the podcast in that capacity as well. And just looking for people. We are also looking for co-hosts in the Happy Neighborhood Project for our over 65 events and over 65 events around the globe. And for more information, you either follow up with me and Kurt, or there is the website of hnpabc.com. I'll go to the website and you want to say something about Norlyn and how this podcast got started?
Norlyn's a great guy working on the Compassionate Citizens Project and working on building beloved communities, and with the conversations that he had with Daryush and Anna Maria and myself and you, Emily, and whatever, we ended up culminating around why not have the Compassionate Citizens podcast.
Yeah, he's down in Chicago, right? And as a part of the project down there.
He doesn't live next door to you?
Very funny. I wish, but no. Unfortunately not. Um, I think I've only met Norlyn like once. Or said anything to him like once. Ever. So, um, anyway. And that was the time that you, Corey, and I talked to him. However many months ago. Um, uh, so back to, um, okay, the Happy Neighborhood Project. Um, Here, you want to say a little bit about that behind how it got started, so how it got started and that kind of thing.
Got started by Edwin Edeberry interviewing 1,000 people about happiness, and it led him to be recognized by the United Nations in his work doing so. And that was facilitated through the I Am Happy Project. So tens of thousands of people are in this community, spreading happiness around the world in the constructs that Edwin Edeberry has fashioned for us. So it's fun stuff.
So Karen and I have kind of both started with the Happy Neighborhood Project about the same time. Um, I think you tried becoming a co-host like a couple months for a few months before I did. So I think you're so that made a little bit longer, but uh, basically we've been both co-hosts for the same amount of time. From like December 2020 until now. So like just over a year. Um, with starting H&P. It was H&P Wisconsin. Now it's turned into H&P Wisconsin, Minnesota. Where was I going on that? Okay, do you want to kind of explain a little bit of your experience with the neighbor? Yeah, I can't talk today. Experience with Happy Neighborhood Projects thus far.
Well, with the podcasting, I started in podcasting with Marcus Hart, really through a radio show, riverwestradio.com. And Marcus would come on there and simulcast the radio show over Transform Your Media Network. And we got the idea, or I more got the idea, Marcus agreed to just to work with me to start the World of Ability podcast. We launched it July 26th, the 20th anniversary of, I'm sorry, the 30th anniversary of the American Disabilities Act, July 26, 2020. And it was that following month that I learned about the Happy Neighborhood Project. It culminated in that John Morley, co-host for H&P New Jersey, also does the J Moore Tech Talk show here at Transforming Media Network, and our colleague Helen, saw his work in his profile and saw the Happy Neighborhood Project piece, and checked it out, went to a meeting, and subsequently told me about it. I checked it out and been tracking with it ever since. So the other milestone is a year ago, talked to Edwin Edeberry about having H&P ability. And so at this time of year, we're steering towards the International Day of Happiness. So the way it worked out is we waited till April to revisit that thought, and we launched H&P Ability on July 28th, 2021. That Thursday was the debut H&P Ability program, and then Emily here has the brainstorm that came to be for H&P Nonprofit, and so that's every Wednesday at 5 Eastern. Available as everybody as a free happy business networking session on Zoom. So, and Emily and I are co-moderators for Clubhouse every Thursday at 5 Eastern. So lots of different pieces to the Happy Neighborhood Project, and it's all great stuff. I am happy.
H&P Ability is Thursdays at 3 Eastern. And Kurt, maybe we've already sort of, this is maybe sort of already come out, but kind of the real experience with starting out as co-host, like just over a year ago, to then being captain, to then now, as of recently, becoming a mentor. Do you want to explain any of your experience kind of with that?
Well, the mentorship program is a way that Fawn Go, as director of happiness with the Happy Neighborhood Project, he runs the whole co-host program. And so the idea is we have around 230 co-hosts around the world, and so 230 co-hosts run 65 meetings, and each of the co-host teams are supported by a captain, and the captains open up the specific meetings for these co-hosts in being an alternate host on Zoom. And so as mentors, we meet with the captains, and we meet every week talking about the updates and the pertinent Happy Neighborhood Project news, goals, objectives, aspects what the staff is working on, things going on as goals, and just particular dynamics and people business stuff, keeping track of changeover of co-hosts or new co-hosts coming aboard and all that kind of stuff. So basically teamwork to manage all these meetings, and so we also play a significant role as mentors with International Day of Happiness and with Global Happiness Summit in the fall, and basically with the veterans supporting, or I'm sorry, supported by H&P or H&P supporting veterans class. Basically, when Zach Clayton, as a co-host, proposed that to Edwin, Edwin designated that I would be overseeing that master class and that veteran devotion as mentor. And so working with Emily here and Zach and others to co-host a very fine event that way. And so all of this kind of naturally coming into place by the leadership structure of being co-hosts, captains, and mentors. So it's a very good organizational structure. It's very enjoyable and then very rewarding.
So, like, what's been your most like favorite thing about H&P or H&P in general, or from your your experience in the last year with H&P? Is there anything a favorite thing that's happened, or uh, something you liked most about it in general, or specifically,
No, there's nothing
if
else.
that makes any sense?
I don't know, folks. Is she making any sense? I don't know. You tell me. So
No, but I'm serious, Kurt, though.
you're seriously trying to pass the mic my way? Do you like it when I have the microphone?
Well, yes, but I was sort of asking your question.
Oh, I have nothing to say.
Yes, you do.
See what happens, folks. She's a captain in training, and so I guess that was a little bit of a leadership burst there by Emily Gomer. We have a nickname for her, and Emily. So, but in any case, what I would say about um, the regime and the success and the dynamics of the Happy Neighbor Project and the work of Edwin Edeberry and what the leaders of hundreds and the community of thousands represents is that if you take humanitarian work and you think of it as a private sector or kind of in private public partnership on social work, so kind of a collective impact approach around social work, and it gives a social mission, and for some it becomes a social ministry, and from there it brings us to change makers and community organizers and all this stuff. So kind of where the Happy Neighborhood Project comes in for me is to look at social enterprise. So that's the whole clincher here, is that we have a multi-layer success pattern here that Edwin has brought it all the way to say, he's succeeded at the I Am Happy Project and created a great personal development, um, in some sense, professional development capability in terms of what you can bring out of the I Am Happy Project on leadership and just the skills and the knowledge that is brought through the I Am Happy Project and how that can be translated to the professional realm. But the I Am Happy Project just squarely puts it there and, inspires entrepreneurs to take what they're doing in products and services and with their company and to give it a flair of social enterprise. So really, when you look at the story of 2009 with the recession and the lack of consumer confidence and the negativity, and even at present day to say 2022 negativity present in the marketplace, to have such a force as the Happy Neighborhood Project provides a great solution that entrepreneurs and business people, professionals can come into this zip code that we call HAPPY. So it's coming into this place that we label zip code HAPPY, and we describe it as the happiest place on earth for business people. So to be able to have that when you look at all the challenges of the workplace and workplace dynamics, workplace politics, and the work-life balance challenges, to have something like the Happy Neighborhood Project to be that support system where people can value smiling and joy and peace and love and being of service to each other, paying it forward and sharing and all these great things that have not been, the mainstay culture of the business community in prior decades, that it's really turning a corner where we're showing and demonstrating, getting testimonial to this review of this is a better way. The Happy Neighborhood Project is a better way to do business. And the interesting thing is that with my wife, Sue, for 7 years, she has been building a Tupperware business. And so before we even got introduced to all this, my wife, Sue, constructed that with her Tupperware business. The motto she runs by is do what makes you happy. And then we come to find the Happy Neighborhood Project, and it all fits together hand in glove.
Um, so you don't have like one particular. So basically, your favorite thing is the whole structure of it in general. Or the thing you like the most.
I would say that I've said many times in my life that I'm a man that craves attention. So I would say if I had to pick one thing, it'd be I can't I can't knock it to have thousands of people give me attention. I would say that's my favorite thing.
Of course it would be. um, and you've grown your um, at least LinkedIn followers by a lot in the last year as well, right?
Well, not just followers, LinkedIn connections.
But followers,
I would,
connections, kind of the whole whole increase of everything.
well, the numbers I work with to give an idea of what happened is I was at over 5,000 contacts a couple of years ago on LinkedIn. And then I come to plug into the HMP August 2020. And then sitting here a year and a half later, we're at a couple thousand contacts came through HMP alone, in LinkedIn contacts alone. So yeah, I would say it's tremendously effective to look at that. I've been a part of LinkedIn, I don't know, pretty close to when it began. I forget what the year was, 2004, 2005, whatever it was. Might have started before that, but in terms of my plugging into it. So you kind of take, let's call it 2005, and then to 2020, 15 years accumulating 5,000 contacts. Now, I didn't use any of these automatic systems. People are using those where it plugs into LinkedIn and it gives some automation to building connections. I never use that. I more use the in-person networking, and then tried my best to have the discipline that when I had business cards, I met people out in the marketplace, that I would do some administrative stuff and go to LinkedIn and look for the people I met out at various places around Milwaukee and elsewhere. And even on Skype, we're using Skype and so forth. So it was just kind of a secondary thing to meet people primarily another way, and use LinkedIn as more of, building that long-term business relationship by connecting them on LinkedIn. which has been effective because there's contacts that I can maybe look at my 7,000 contacts, and maybe there's somebody that I haven't talked to since, say, 2009, say, talking about the outset of the recession in 2009. So that's kind of what's happening. So now we've got Emily Gulmer here multitasking. She's enjoying when I have the mic, and she can just kind of do what she wants to do, and she likes to throw questions back. So this is going to be a little captain in training.
I was paying attention.
All right. So Emily, you've kind of been doing this podcasting with us for over a year, a Happy Neighborhood Project for over a year, and it's been quite a year. And I talk about the 13th month rule, and I kind of look at what a person does in my sphere across 13 months. And you go through the gamut too in terms of podcasting stuff, teaming up with Anna Marie of Living with the Disability Channel, Onward and Upward, being a fiscal agent of the Disability Channel, and all this event planning. You're running meetings, being a chairperson of meetings three mornings a week, and you're moderating Clubhouse, and you're doing about 20 different things, throughout a 13th month period of time, and it's really piled on the challenge for you to make it all work. So, we've talked many times about looking at where your life was at a couple of years ago, and then you met Anna Marie of Living, and your life has never been the same. You want to talk about that a little bit? What is this adventure and journey and transformation that's gone on with you, and things that you never dreamed you'd be doing, you are doing today? What does that all mean for you?
Carrie, I just want to let you know. Meeting you is what really changed it. I mean, I think it changed a little bit with me and Maria, yes, but uh, most of it comes from you. Probably like the majority of it. Um, Probably 90% of it. Um, um, because actually, oh, hmm, what is today? 15th. Oh, in exactly 2 days, I believe. I have to look it up to make sure, but I believe in 2 days it'll be exactly 2 years. Well, actually, it's past that now. But 2 years from now would be 2 years to the day that I started uh, unofficially working for Anna Maria. Exactly. Um, I think I met her a week before that. 3 days before that. But anyway, I just remembered that. It's a milestone in a few days. A 2 year milestone. um, so thank you for reminding me. Because I thought of it the other day and then you reminded me. So I figure out if I'm doing anything to celebrate the milestone. But yeah, before meeting Garrett, especially, I don't think I ever really thought I'd be in like the position that I am right now. Of co-hosting podcasts and even one podcast, let alone the 11 or 12 that we have right now. Which Garrett's goal is to get to 22 by the end of the year. or maybe it's our goal, Mark's goal, is to get to 22 by the end of the year. But um, just kind of everything that's happened is, it's been a lot, but it's been good. Working for a nonprofit and for profit at the same time, and doing podcasts and being part of the disability channel, and um, it's been a good ride so far. Does that answer your question, or do I need to go into more detail?
Well, you definitely, as usual, need to go into more detail because we want to, kind of have this finish up with, you, Emily, spilling your guts and just pouring out of your heart and telling what's on your mind. And I also want you to take the opportunity to speak to the experiences you've had so far with Reverend Rock Rice. And,
I've only met Rock once.
what's that?
I've only met Dr. Rock once.
Yeah.
But that's besides the point.
Yeah, but you've been participating in Love Live and you've been reaching out to them and
Look, by the way, he didn't. That dude needs a kick in the behind. Because I'd sent him a message. Oh God, it seems like a really long time ago now. About connecting with Anna Maria, and uh, I have not gotten a response, and then I've kind of got caught up in other stuff, so I haven't uh, kept on them. But I need to do some the next.
You better be gentle.
A few days here.
You better be gentle with them because today is his birthday.
Oh boy. I'll wait until tomorrow then to give him the boot. I'll do it right on his birthday. Um, but yeah, and with the whole Happy Neighborhood Project and the International Day of Happiness, I'm not even sure if I knew that was a thing, but I'm not surprised. Before the whole H&P, whatever, and the IDH, that's March 18th. Early bird gets done, or the deadline for the early bird rate is 3 days from now, on February 18th. And it goes from 9 a.m. Pacific to 3 p.m. Pacific. And there's going to be a lot going on with speakers and networking, and I'm sure quite a few other things. Right, Kurt?
Yep, speed networking, prize giveaways, and we tend to have laughter yoga and such like that. So speakers, experts, that kind of have an intersection with the field of spreading happiness around the world, that whole thing. So yeah, we're going for that Guinness Book World Record of speed networking, and so we're hoping to have 1,750 people registered. And right now we're just at little beginnings, with getting that going. We had, as of yesterday morning, we had 116 registered as of yesterday morning. So I don't know what's happened in a day and a half, but so long ways to go. Telling everybody around the world, sign up for the International Day of Happiness with the Happy Co-op and the Happy Neighborhood Project.
Yes. and I believe I will stay here at least for a little bit longer. I believe we were going to meet Miss Sean in a couple minutes here. What I was doing a few minutes ago was sending her a LinkedIn message saying if she was if she'd like to join us on here. I gave her the link, but anyway, Sean is in Colorado, and with the Shine Music, Shine Music Festival. They just had their first festival last fall, I believe, end of summer, early or fall. And we're having it again this year, coming up in July already, July 17th. And so that will be exciting. Karen and I have been sort of working with her. What was it, like a week or? It's been like a week now already. She gave us some big news about that they had the date confirmed about having it, and a couple other big news things like having what was her land thing? Well, having some land to have it on, and so it's gonna be before another kind of connected with another event that's going on that same evening, and it's for everybody, no matter if you have a disability or not. And and so so that's up with that. And so anyway, so as I was to thank everybody for tuning in and for all of the activity on the social media, and a big shout out to Marcus Hart and the Transform You Media crew for allowing us to have this podcast on their platform. And for anything that anybody's interested in that was mentioned during today's show, to please contact either me at the contact info below here, or Kurt's info is right above me here. And we will get you where you need to go. And quickly, another project we're doing is the World Inclusion Network, which is combining like nonprofit and ability, and every fourth Monday of the month we're having a speaker on a current topic, and we have an official meeting the second Monday of the month. So if anybody is interested in being a part of that as well, let us know. And anyway, so we are here every week, every Tuesday at 4 Eastern, and so hope everybody can join us at some point. So I guess until next time, stay healthy and stay happy.